Hi there, Kamal. I'm very happy to see that you have written an essay in order to get feedback on your writing. A great job. It's really important not just to write, but to also make sure that you're learning about what your strengths and your weaknesses are in writing for IELTS. So great job here. Let's take a look at what you've written. Okay, the topic is international marketing. Discuss both sides of this issue. Let's see what you said. International marketing is considered by some as a danger to the host country's economy, while others argue that it is an essential way to educate people aside from its effect on sharing, effect in sharing language and culture. While international marketing can be harmful to the local businesses, I think that it would make people interact. Let's see. Well, let me try that again. While international marketing can be harmful to the local businesses, I think that it would make people interact with people from other parts of the world. Okay, so essentially you're saying that the benefits are greater. Okay, fine. On the one hand, multinational companies are constantly looking for different markets around the world to sell their products. This can have a serious impact on local businesses in the targeted country. These local businesses will have to close their business. Well, let's try this differently, okay? You could have just said, we'll have to close, rather than repeating the same word over and over. So these local businesses will have to close and fire all employees because they are not able to compete with those giant corporations. Take Pakistan as a perfect example. After Toyota decided to build a factory, I think you mean there, all the local car companies closed and around 20,000 people got fired. You could say it like that, or were fired. Sounds a little more formal. All right, rather than get. However, I totally disagree with this point of view because this increased competition will lead to people having access, lead people to having, ing, access to higher quality products. Okay, all right, fine. On the other hand, international trade can be extremely informative. People from different countries would travel to different, hold on a second, people from different countries would travel to, again, look at this, different countries. So try to just rephrase it a little bit. Like how? Let me think. People from different countries would, elsewhere, you could say, to negotiate their products. I don't know what you mean here, negotiate about the products. It's a little awkward. Okay, with local businesses. As a result, people would start, because all of this so far is in this kind of theoretical tense here, so keep it consistent. As a result, people would start to know about different languages, plural, and cultures, plural, by interacting with these business people, not mans, people. For example, Apple started to make most of its products in China, and a recent study by Beijing, careful with your spelling, university shows that those people who work for Apple not only have a better linguistic ability, get rid of the here, have better linguistic ability, but also they have a lifestyle closer to that of Western countries, okay? There's a difference in the meaning here. They have a lifestyle closer to that of Western countries. I totally agree with this school of thought because international marketing would expand people's horizons. Okay, I'm not really a huge fan of this sentence here. It kind of just comes out of nowhere. Instead, you could have said, therefore, it is clear that international trade is beneficial in terms of increasing knowledge and information and cultural exchange or something like that. Okay, I mean, it's really just a matter of phrasing it differently. All right, let's see. In conclusion, although local companies are severely impacted by international marketing, it expands people's horizons by improving their linguistic ability and their information about different cultures. Careful, it should be plural here, because not just talking about one different culture. Let's see. Okay. Alright, it's nice. It's a nice essay. There weren't a lot of errors in terms of your vocabulary or your grammar. There were a couple little areas that were awkward, but nothing really too serious. So in terms of your linguistic resources and your grammar, this was nicely done. There are parts in terms of your task response and your coherence and cohesion that I think we could probably make a little stronger. Okay, so let me give you an example of what I mean. Okay, looking at this paragraph, international trade can be extremely informative. Okay, great. So then you've got these two sentences here, which it's just like a lot of words, but the message is actually very minimal. So what you could have done instead is say, all right, on the other hand, international trade can be extremely informative. As people travel around the world to promote their products, they gain knowledge about different language and culture by interacting internationally. Okay, so I've kind of reduced the sentence and I've made it a little more condensed in terms of meaning. And then you could say all this, Apple, etc., etc., etc. And now, while I like the thing about linguistic ability, I think that a lot of people would actually argue that this is one of the negatives of international marketing, that, you know, we don't want people to lose their cultural heritage or their way of life, but simply, you know, exchange information and, you know, language and so forth. So that's what I meant in terms of the development. And then here, like I said, it was just an issue of rephrasing it. All right, rephrasing that last sentence. But you've done some nice things here, okay? What I want you to do is really just try to kind of pull it together a little bit more in the next essays you write. I really look forward to working with you, see how we can get your writing to the level where you need it to be. As you may or may not know, there are a lot of options for you to do that here with the team. Whether that's through further essay corrections or through signing up to one of the online courses. I hope that you will pursue one of those options so that we can help you get to where you need to be. Okay? So, good luck with everything, lots of luck with your writing, and I hope to see more from you in the future.